Yo, what is up? All right, today's video, I pretty much just want to go over mastery rank and how to like advance your mastery rank. I also want to give you tips and tricks on how to pretty much level all your characters, where I like to level them. I want to keep your consumables like maxed, as far as shards go, polymer, monomer, inorganic, organic. It's pretty easy, honestly, and just what you need to do to get where I'm at, right? So I like to play the game. I play a ton. I'm always streaming on Twitch every day. We're doing a year challenge. So if you guys have any questions and you want to answer it in real time, come by over there. But yeah, this video is going to be hopefully a helpful over guide of the game. I'm going to try to take my time here and there and be straight to the point. All right, so let's get it. Let's start it off. All right, so the first thing I want you to know is to grind these characters, you want to go to access info and you pretty much want to target the item. What that's going to allow you to do is that when you're in the game, you're going to be able to see it by pressing U or whatever it is on console, right? Whatever the tracking on is, you're going to press that in game and it's going to show you the mats. That way, once you have the mats you need to get, you're out of there. Another thing is going to be crystallization catalyst, all right? You want to farm these and have them pretty much on repeat. The reason is because once you get to like a certain part of the game, you're gonna have powerful builds. And if you don't have like crystallization catalysts or energy activators in your class, you're not gonna be able to mod like this, pretty much, more or less. I have this as a straight damage build, right? The survivability isn't great, but I don't really like need the survivability that much because I am killing everything instantly, even on hard mode. Now, when it comes to bosses and other things like that, you have to play smarter. Obviously, play your life, hide, run around, etc., etc. My stats don't really matter, but I'll lower my camera right here so you can see the stats. And your stats, are gonna depend on what mods you have available, what level they are, etc., etc. Like I said, I play the game quite a bit. I have a ton of. Right here is a bunch of credits and Kuiper in here with all these catalyzations that I have. Also, the farms that I'm gonna show you are gonna allow you to be able to build up like this. Another thing I would say is you also want to have your weapons, right? So if we go to loadouts right here in presets, if you don't already know about that, we can go here and we can do like a health build, right? So when I look at, yeah, I got the tamer, all right? Don't judge me, but when you look at the tamer and on other items, by using the catalyst, you're able to add all these mods and increase your damage. This is what I have on my devotion. Also, you want to make sure that you're rolling your items so that they have insane attributes. That way, when you're playing activities, you're killing bosses, you're hitting for like 3 to 500k per crit on a shot with your devotion. That's where you want to get to. Your thunder cage, you want it to be as strong as it can be because you want to blaze through the content, right? You don't want to be struggling. You just want to kill mobs in a few shots and keep on moving, right? So if you guys have any questions about the build over on Twitch, you guys can come through. Also, another thing is your external components. This is really going to juice you up and power you up, right? So like, let's say when I'm farming, I have 2 different sets of components. I have a set for when I'm fighting bosses, and then I have a set for when I'm farming, okay? So obviously you can see everything is going to be decreased as far as HP, defense, and those are the things you need to survive in this game. It's kind of simple, but I really do want module drop rates. I want Kuiper increases. So I'm going to make sure that I have this on when I'm farming. Also, I would highly suggest grabbing like consumable drop rate modifiers. This is like 20% right here. Huge when you're farming and you're trying to make those descendants, those ultimates, those enhancement materials. They're all going to use materials from in the game, whether it's the boxes that you're shooting, munitions boxes, just regular storage boxes, encrypted, wherever you're going, whatever you're doing, killing bosses to get the material, this is going to help you. All right, this is extremely important. It's also going to minimize my survivability because I'm losing my health and I'm just going to max shields, but I'm gaining character XP, which is going to be really useful for when I'm leveling and stuff like that. Right here we have a gold drop rate and a firearm proficiency. This is huge for leveling and gold. This is going to allow you to upgrade all your modules, craft whatever items. You're not going to be running out of gold and stuff like that. And lastly, we usually want like item acquisition and drop rate. So, this is kind of what you need, all right, overall. I would say you always want to like match your equipped it. That way you're doing more damage. I personally like skill cooldown and skill cool and uptime. So I'm not using my Thunder Cage right now. Even though I would get a little bit more damage out of it, I'm using the better attributes, right? So weapon list, this is for mastery rank grinding. You can kind of go through here. There are going to be blue weapons that you need to level for mastery. So when you're in the lower levels, make sure like you're trying to keep at least one of these in your vault. That way you don't have to backtrack like I'm going to and go get these, right? You already have them. If you don't have enough space, then don't worry about it. It's fine to backtrack, but you want to rank up all of these for mastery, right? All right, so lastly, we gave you the build, we gave you loadouts, we gave you weapon slots. Now we talk about mastery rank. As you can see right here, descendant modules are capped once you hit 20. So you go from 48 capacity all the way up to 50. You know, whatever you start with, I think it's like 25 capacity, which is horrendous. And then you cap out at 50 capacity, which allows you to go up to 85 capacity. If we look at the character right quick, we have 78 out of 85 here, right? Or 85 out of 85. And yeah, it really helps when you catalyze your sub module. This is gonna give you 5 extra, which is pretty cool. So make sure you catalyze that. We'll make that build later again. And yeah, the level, yeah, mastery rank, we're good to go. So we're fine at 20. We're gonna go for 30 because it looks so good. I want to make sure I have that emblem so when my friends see it, yo, hey, whoa. All right, so next I'm gonna go ahead to show some farms, right? So everything right now is in the fortress. The fortress is absolutely wicked. This is one of the best places to be. And the reason is because you can get all these materials, right? Materials, XP, Kuiper, and gold are coming from most of these farms. This is the best farm in the game right now. The defense line is called the Valby. Some people call it the racetrack. I call it the waterway, but it's pretty much a circular. I'll put it on the screen for you guys. But it's super simple. It's super smooth. You pretty much have a few Valbys. I believe one Valby works, but the more Valbys you have, it's way better, honestly, because the ads will die instantly and they'll drop all the materials for you to pick. So I just want to show you the Valby build real quick, just in case you don't have a Valby build yourself. No catalyst, as you can see, no energy activator in the build. But if you want to, you can, like, you know, it's up to you. Ultimate Valby next month. That's why I didn't personally. But this gives me 100% uptime on the 3, which is I think called Splash or something like that. I forget what it is, but supply moisture all the way up. This is huge. It's a really big part of the build, allowing us to have that skill duration, and pretty much then we're going for cooldown, right? As much cooldown as we can have, maximize our duration, and we're in there, right? So absolutely crazy build. You don't need any armor, you don't need any health, especially just for the farm, baby. Whether it be modules, drops like weapons, components, freaking gold, Kuiper, everything you could want is right here, and it's absolutely nuts. Everybody is like doing it, right? So we have Void Fragment. This is phenomenal spot to farm. Really small, really easy, really quick. I believe we were clearing this in like 12 seconds overall. Some groups, you know, when you're playing random, it takes like a minute or whatever, but most groups are going to clear this really fast, especially if you're Bunny. You want to match the destructible skill, which is electric, so you want to either use Bunny or Sharon, and the reason being is because you want to get those materials, right? If you look at your materials, you go to consumables and miscellaneous, you're going to see that you have most likely a little bit of these, right? Some of you guys are grinders, but I don't think like the insane grinders are watching this, right? They're actually in the game grinding. So you guys that are trying to get to that level, this is what you need to do to pretty much farm up all these mats, right? So we're gonna go over here and we're gonna go to Fortress. And if you're a grinder still and you're watching my video, I love you, right? So we got Viesa right here. We need to use Viesa. And once you're on Viesa, you're gonna be able to farm Parlimer and organic shards. So between these two farms are like less than a minute each. Between these two, you'll be able to stack up all of your consumables. That way, when you're actually doing a mission, like let's say we can go to Echo Swamp, right? We're trying to get Ultimate Bunny, which is pattern 82. Once we come over here to the reactor bomb, we don't have to stop what we're doing and we're like, oh man, we're out of shards. Let me go farm what I got, 2 relics or 2 amorphous. Let me go farm 80 inorganic void shards. No, you're gonna have it, bros, because you watched Macho's video and I put you on point and you went and you did what you had to do, baby. All right, so it beats farming this right here. Also, these, if you are gonna farm it, you know, it's all good. It's toxic. It's gonna give you 20 inorganic. That's awesome. But there's like, this thing takes mad long. Shout out to the homie Beta. But that thing takes mad long to do, right? When you could just go somewhere like White Knight Gulch and get the same amount, which is gonna be right here. And it's also toxic, which is 20. And you do this in like half the time, a quarter of the time that you do that other mission. And so make sure you're like kind of looking around. And if I'm live, you know, pass by the channel and be like, yo, what is the best non-attribute destructible only skill void fragment? Or what is the best electric? What is the best fire? You know, and then we can tell you what we think is the best, because I know and a lot of other gamers know. So just keep grinding, keep doing what you have to do to get where you want to be, right? All right, so I would also say right here, this is like pretty important, right? You want to make sure that you're always crafting items, like at least a 5 if you can. Always try to be off a cooldown for crystallization catalyst if you're at that point in the game. Right here we have the Descendant Ultimate Bunny, and right now what I'm doing is I'm pretty much going to be farming her materials. That way I can start making them, right? I want to make them in the foundry or with an ice, because once I get the blueprint that I need, I'll be able to craft it, right? And that'll be like a 36-hour cooldown or however, a craft session. But as you can see, I already have all of this, and we're already making her enhanced cells, right? So now we'll move down here and we'll track this and we'll farm this pretty much. So until I get it, then I'll set it to craft, and this also until I get the code, right? I don't have the code right now. I pretty much have everything ready for Lepic. I'm currently farming these neurocells or neural circuits, which is kind of insane, right? You need like 6, or you get 6 per run, and you need 107, so it's pretty crazy. But I still haven't found like the best spot for these, right? I'm farming a spot that I do in like a few minutes, 2 minutes, and I'm getting 6 guaranteed. But right here we have Ultimate Lepic Spiral Catalyst. That's all I need, and I'll be able to set this big boy off to craft. I'll be one-shotting bosses, destroying them. I personally went full in on my first Lepic, and he works pretty well, but I really want to use that firing master, right? We're doing insane damage with him. I also have like a tankier build that I like to use when I'm helping viewers clear bosses, because we get a lot of viewers that, you know, haven't been able to clear some of these bosses out there. But yeah, all right, the last little nugget of information that I can give you is that when you're farming like these materials that you need, you want to go ahead into the different zones and you want to find barrier deactivation missions. Okay, this is the reason that you want to find these, is because they're gonna net you the most items, okay? Because they have the most amount of elites. All right, and elites are usually the ones that drop the resource you're looking for. All right, so it's gonna be like a purple circle reward, and you're gonna be able to see it from far. So make sure you're always trying to find barrier deactivations on every single map, whether it's White Knight Gulch, Vesper, you know, wherever you're at, Kingston, Sterile Land, Echo Swamp, Fortress, Agna, anywhere you're at, look for that barrier deactivation, because that's where you want to go to farm. That's where I've gone to farm. I've gotten it insanely fast every single time, every single material. It's huge tip. So if you stay to the end of the video, I hope that helps you. All right, baby, take care. And we're gonna be going live over on Twitch right now. Thank you, super huge shout out to all my people on Twitch that's been supporting me like crazy. Shout out to Lady MC, DK, all the homies, all the fam. For real, you guys are amazing, and I wouldn't be able to do this without you. All right, love you guys, and let's get it. Twitch, we are here. Let's do it.
I got the devil inside me and everything you see is red. Vision's blurry, I'm in a hurry, my skin is starting to shed quick. Call up the doctor, swallow some pills, maybe I'll wake up in bed. I'm a disaster, can I move fast? faster, honey, I'm off the edge. No point in stopping me, I'm not your property, gotta take care of that ledge. My friends are dead, I'm losing my head, I gotta get off of these meds. I am unstable, willing and able, give you this body to pledge. Oh my God, you are the devil.